Hey, I'm Kev Kermasker. Welcome. WRC 9. It's not properly out. This is if you pre-ordered it. You get it a couple of days early, which perhaps I don't genuinely agree with. But I thought I'd show it off for you. So what's your level with racing simulation games? Looking at me play them, you probably think novice, but I'm going to go with expert. Would you like to start the introduction? If not, no. So, WRC 9, you got slightly slicker looking menus. We don't have a news feed. But we do have a couple of changes from 8. So, we are still a tank. That's not different. We got career, which is basically the same, it seems, from what I've seen. We still got online events to do, so we've got Rally Monte Carlo here. But we do have clubs where you can create your own championships and take part in others created by online players. So you can start a club, create a club, join a club. And it's basically like a version of Dirt Rallies kind of system as well, where you can have like online groups and take part in your own rallies, stuff like that. So definitely interested to try that out. So apart from career, of course, you've got season mode, which is take part in rallies without the crew management. You've got quick play, you've got training, which is around, we've got the test area, so we've still got the free roam area. And then we've got challenges. Challenge of a car selected for you. And let's look into this. This mode, you must set the challenge of a car selected for you. Okay. That's pretty cool. And in competition, so we've got online multiplayer, we've got online events, we've got esports as well, which is coming around the turn of the year. Not just esports, but if you're a young'un, you also get the, was it WRC Rising Star Challenge thing as well in this. And then we've got split screen and leaderboards, and we will be having co-driver coming as well, where you can have someone alongside you being the co-driver while you drive, or they drive and you can be the co-driver. Basically, it's just pissing off your friends simulator, which I cannot wait. It'll be fantastic. So we've got all the normal adjustments as well. So gameplay settings. So get ABS out of here. Manual transmission, difficulty. Oh, it goes from 50 to 150. Let's go all the way up. No, I'm not. I'm at hard at most on. Let's go for realistic. On WRC, broken down vehicles on the roadside, show wheel, use the local ghosts. Don't really care about ghosts. Imperial Bastard. Speed. Displays the speed of the car by the car's wheel rotation. Okay, that's a feature I don't really remember seeing in any game. Colorblind mode is on because I can't even speak, so of course I need that, and I have it a bit ahead. And then we turn off most of this. Like, I don't like progress bar, don't even like timer, don't really need speedo either. Pace notes, damage, statistics, display time differences per sector. Are we allowed that in real life? I think you are. I might keep that on actually. Often I just keep it full HUD off, but we'll see what that's like. Then control, so just like last time, it seems to have actually read my throttle and brake, thankfully. Let's just make sure. Yeah, I want to modify it. No, that read something totally different as my throttle. Because I'm trying it out. Then there's the brake. And then the clutch. And then steer left. Okay, it's read that. And then steer right. And then handbrake. I still haven't bothered to fix my handbrake from before. So we're going to have the old button handbrake. Because we were very lazy. And then shift up, which seems to actually be assigned to the shift down key for some reason. No, that is actually correct. Then shift down, and then we've got wipers and lights to do as well. I think we are done. I'll go respawn. So lights, what do I normally have as lights? Guess that would be lights. Oh, okay. Okay, respawn, you can be pit. Actually, that's pretty easy to remember. Headlights, put that on 10. And the wipers, you're definitely not 9, you're 4. Okay. And then, yeah, you got all the same controls from before. I also got settings, so max wheel angle is definitely short. Should be around 540. I have no idea what's 380. We keep this all at 100. I know I changed this quite a bit. You can see everything goes from 0 to 150 now. And then audio, so sorry, music. It's YouTube things. I've got to turn you down. And then audio quality, definitely want that high. Default output. Voice volume, I definitely want that up so I can actually hear my co-driver, which is different as well as your co-driver. And then we turn up car engine volume slightly, background sounds. I'd actually want that up a bit as well. Then menu volume, turn that down slightly as well. I think that should be okay. Again, we adjust that. Video parameters, so you got your display. So since you got full screen borderless, VSync should be off. I have no idea why that's on. And then graphics, so everything's on high. And crowd density's on high, particles on high. Hopefully this does not run like shit as you get rid of bloom, get rid of motion blur. It's not need for speed. Do I need sharpen on? I'll keep sharpen as it is. We keep it like that. Oh yeah, hang on. SSAO. I'll keep that on medium because that is a big graphics hit. That's the ambient occlusion. So we can look at the credits, do our save data. We can look at cars as well in the showroom. Is that what that is? Okay. So let's do some driving, shall we? I mean, that is pretty much what you want to be doing in racing games. So we'll do some quick play. As this is based on the calendar which came out at the beginning of the year, like you saw in like MotoGP and F1 games, etc. Not the revised calendars. So we've got Monte Carlo, Sweden, Mexico, Argentina, Portugal, Italy. But then we've got the return of Safari Rally after almost 20 years away, but very different from what it used to be. It's actually quite a normal rally now, format-wise. Then we got Finland and we got New Zealand after a few years away. One of my favourite rallies actually in Dirt Rally 2.0. So very interested to see how it compares to that game. Rally Turkey, hope you're not a big bastard this time. Rally Turkey, you're very difficult. Germany, Wales and Rally Japan returning after, was it just over a decade away? Or just around a decade away now is Rally Japan. Some great asphalt roads. A bit like Germany in some aspects with some fast country roads. But then we've got some tight kind of city, town sections. And we end in Spain. So you never guess what we're going to be driving around in this kind of first impressions to WRC 9. We're going to head to Kenya. We're going to head to some of these new stages. So we keep the conditions all the same. But as you can see, we've got a super special stage. We've got the epic stage as well. And then we've got a couple of normal stages. So we'll go over the shortest stage. So you've got Sayabay. That is totally how you say that. So we've got the WRC, WRC 3. I don't know why they're together. 2 and WRC 3. Oh yeah, I forget. WRC 2 and WRC 3 is by WRC 2 Pro and WRC. It's confusing. Got the Junior WRC, we've got the Legends cars and the bonus cars. What's the bonus cars? Oh, it's the Citroen C3, Porsche 911. And then we've got the Proton, still in its special category. But we've got quite a few Legends cars. So we've got the Lancia, we've got the Alpine, we've got the Lancia Stratos, we've got the Ford Escort, we've got the Lancia, 037. They do like their Lancers. But then for pre-ordering a game, we get the Audi Quattro A2 from 1984. For the Lancia Delta, you get the Toyota Corolla 1999 as well. Now, they do a couple more modern cars as well. So we've got the Citroen Sawa, WRC from 2005, the Ford Focus from 2007. And of course, we've got the Volkswagen Polo WRC as well. Junior WRC cars, you may recognise this fellow. So you've got John Armstrong. Try and Drive has, and as you can see, he's got all the competitors from the WRC. WRC2 that is, and in WRC, or Junior WRC, WRC2, so it's split between manufacturers and independent runners. Independent runners, shall we say. So we've got the likes of the very experienced Matt Salzberg. We've got the Russian who's done he did a lot of Richard Burns rally, so I'm interested to see how he does in real life. He's very quick. Pointers Tiedemann, who's won the WRC2 in the past. And then we've got Ollie Solberg, the son of Petter, in WRC3. Hit Committee, who used to drive in the WRC, but has been in WRC2 and 3 for a while. And then Stefan Sausan as well in WRC3. We've got quite a few different WRC3 runners. It's actually pretty exciting. Seems like he's got Jonas Kristofferson, the guy who's won the Rallycross and recently won the last event, I think, the Rallycross. Not the last event, the event before that. Very excited to see him in this, but we've got a lot less WRC2 pairs than I expected, maybe. And then finally, WRC cars. So we got all the teams. And then we got a couple of privateers. But let's start with Ford, shall we? And Lappy. So yeah, on the screen, I don't know why the menus are darker now. I prefer them a bit softer, but we got soft gravel, hard gravel tyres, all the regular tyres, all the regular settings as well. So if we open them up, you may recognise this from last WRC. We have no aero. I still have no idea why they took aero away. Is that just standard now, the WRC? But we've got very rearward brake bias. Okay, this should be great fun. We're not going to mess with the settings, we're just going to see how these cars handle, because apparently the big improvement from handling from WRC is with the suspensions. We're actually meant to feel rate transfer now, rather than just big blops of cars going around corners. We're actually meant to feel that rate transfer as well. So hopefully you feel that in Kenya. As info, so that's that. We've got all options. We can give up already, which I feel like doing already, but let's see how we do then. Our first stage in WRC night. So before we get driving, I also got to check the camera angles. So I remember quite a big issue for a lot of players was, what's it got? Dynamic FOV. You don't want that. Camera shake as well. Get out of it. There wasn't as much room to adjust, and then it's like, unfortunately, they didn't actually listen. It looks like we still have the same kind of limited adjustments we do. So yeah, I want to lean in, angle kind of nut down a bit. Then FOV, oh god, we don't want to mess with FOV. Yeah, it's disappointing that this is the lowest we can go. We can't pretend to be 5 foot, unfortunately. So we're really zoomed in, but maybe it's better with the other cars. It was different in, depending on the car you were. The Ford was actually the worst in WRC8 for the FOV, so of a cockpit view. So maybe it's a bit better in the Citroen, not the Citroens. Of course, they're gone. Maybe it'd be better in the Toyotas or the Hyundais, but let's go back to the driving.
200, bumpy. Left 5 into Kings, 50. Right 2, don't cut, and left 2, small cut, 50 over bump. Into left 5 narrows, rock out, and left 2. Into right 3, tightens. And flat left bumpy, into right 5, don't cut, 30. Left 4 bumpy, into right 5 bumpy, 100. Left 6 into right 5 narrows, 50. Left 6 into right 6 narrows, brake, 50. Left 3, 50. Flat right, bumpy, 50. Left 5 over crest, keep middle, 150, bumpy. Hard brake, left 2 narrows, through gate, widens, 100. Jump into flat right, 200. Jump into hard brake for square left, narrows, 30. Flat left, 150, bumpy. Into left 6 cut, into widen. Into right 6 tightens over jump, 100. And left 6 brake, jump. Caution, square right narrows at junction, 80, bumpy. Left 4. And right 5 into left 5, narrows. Into right 4 and right 4. Left 5 tightens, hard brake for hairpin right at junction. And left 3 and right 3 long, tightens. Into left 2 short, into right 2 short. Into left 2 caution through water, keep into right 2, tightens, 30, bumpy. Left 2, don't cut, and right 2 into dip. Into left 3, narrows. Into right 4, tightens, brake, into left 3. And left 3, into right 3, tightens, 30. Left 1. And left 4 short, into right 5 short, brake. And left 4 short, into right 5 short, brake. Into left 2 short, 30. Right 3 tightens, into left 4 tightens. Into right 4 and caution, square right. And left 3, keep into right 3 short, don't cut, narrows, into left 4. And left 2 into right 2, 30. Right 2 opens, keep into left 2, 50. Right 3, don't cut, opens into finish.
That was not bad. I know we're 17.4 back. Sundays lead the way. The bet. Look at him up there. Head of O'Shea, Sordo, Breen, Evans. We were at the top 4 for yesterday ahead of Sunderland. As we've got 15 drivers. So a couple more than we had. Oh, one. Actually, no, one more, wasn't it? No, there's a couple more. Then we had in 8. As we've got Greensphere, Katsuda, Batelli. Rotherham Pera down here, Loeb as well. So even if you're part-time, you'll be full-time once again, which is slightly disappointing. But I guess it is more fun being against more drivers. But I'll take that at my first go. Not too bad. So just look at the stats as well. So again, we've got the... You can see we got into the rhythm by the middle. So compare ourselves to the Frenchman. He was much quicker at the end than us. We're actually pretty quick in the middle. Oh, even quicker than OJ. We'll take that as you scored up. This, oh, for God's sake, Tanner, stop showing off. So yeah, you can see we can compare that. We've still got the wear and tear to compare as well. So against top drivers, of course, are much worse. And then tyre choice, everyone is soft grab. But I do like we've got different kind of clearer colours. Well, apart from Stowe and Ice and Studded Snow, someone who's colourblind like me, that is still a bit similar. So is hard gravel and soft gravel. I know, I think they're meant to be the same, aren't they? But yeah, it's nice to see. Yeah, I can see asphalt's the same colour. But yeah, nice to see the bit clear of the colours. So again, we've got online leaderboards, so people already like 30 seconds quicker than me. Where am I? Oh, I'm 20th. There we go. Not bad. And then we've got the replays. So again, can I hide the interface? There we go. And see, exactly like it was in WRC8, but we should be having a photo mode coming. Can't remember if it's this month or next month, because they've released a roadmap of content that's coming. So Finland's getting a revamp, thank God. So we're getting 6 new stages, kind of later this month, I think. And then Portugal's getting 6 new stages next month. And we're getting, what's it, a new co-driver, we're getting co-driver mode coming next month. Concept car as well coming. And then of course there's with the online esports and the online competition with the rising stars chatting thing as well. So there's lots to come in WRC9 for the rest of this year. The replay cameras look pretty much the same, don't they, from WRC8? Which I didn't mind. I didn't mind the replay cameras in WRC8. And the hand-in, I will have to turn up the force feedback. It did feel very timid. I'll turn up the engine sounds as well. They were very quiet. But the co-driver is much better. It does not sound like a robot. Does not sound like he's from the 1940s. Still maybe a bit smooth with the line delivery, but big improvement from what we previously had in the WRC game. So good thumbs up there. Shall we go to the next stage, apart from just admiring? I do like this section though. I did like the difference between the flat out planes, and we had the tight section at the end, and we have a nice little twisty section at the beginning. So a nice little differentiation. And once again with the stages from Kiloton, or KT Racing as it's now known, definitely feels like in the environment that the fun definitely feels distinctive from every other rally. So we'll see if that's the same with Rally New Zealand. Let's here we go. Don't get distracted, as again looks like we got 3 normal stages, and it's like then we've got an epic stage. It is an epic stage as well, so no super special stage. So shall we go with Brooks? Looks very twisty. This looks like Batley. This looks like one of the stages looks similar to a stage from WRC2, so I definitely should Rally 2, should I say. So I definitely should try that out. So we tried out the Ford. Shall we try out the Hyundai now and be... Why are you looking like Daniel? Why are you staring at us like that? It's like we stole the last chocolate from his like celebrations packet or something. Let's be...
Flat left into flat right and left 4 long, tightens into right 3. And left 4 cut into right 4 tightens. Into left 4 and right 5 brake tightens 3. Into left 5, keep into right 4. And left 4 into right 5 over crest 30. Left 5 into right 4 into left 5, keep middle. Open hairpin right into left 4, tightens. Into right 4 short and left 4 cut. Into right 3 and left 4 narrows. Into right 2 and left 5 long, tightens. Brake into right 3 and danger, kinks, narrows. Left 5 into right 6, into left 6. And right 6, very long, tightens 5, long, narrows. And right 5 tightens 2 and left 2. Into right 5, into left 5. Into right 5, into left 6. Into right 4, keep in, tightens, and right 3, don't cut, fence out. Into left 4 short, and right 5. Into left 4 tightens, don't cut, into right 5, keep into left 5, short 30. Open hairpin left 30. Open hairpin right through gate and junction. And left 4 tightens 2, 30. Right 2, 50. Right 4, keep into left 2, opens, don't cut, 80. Left 4 long narrows and right 5 narrows. Into left 5 tightens 3, into right 5. And left 2, keep into right 3 at junction. Into left 5 short and left 4 short. Into right 3 long, into left 3, into right 3 tighten. And left 5 and right 5 narrows. Into left 3, into kinks, and right 3 tightens. And left 3 tightens, into right 4 tightens. Into left 3 and right 4 tightens. Into left 3 and right 4. And left 4 cut and right 4 small cut. And left 4 and right 5 80. Caution, hard brake for hairpin left. Over tarmac and flat left over 80. And flat right long into finish.
That was pretty fun. I was pretty horrendous though. Yeah, and jumped the start, so I got 10-second penalty. Otherwise, we've been around 8th. We were with the Ford, and the engine sounds are still a bit quiet, so I definitely turned all the way up. The sounds in general seem quiet. I'm not sure if the sounds. I just need to turn up in general the sounds. I was thinking I did that at the beginning, didn't I? I turned it down a bit too much. Let's look at Breen. Oh my god, it's Hyundai top 5. We let the side down. It's got Toyota with Latvia, Doge, Sutherland and Greensmith, the top Fords. We go ahead of Evans, Katsuda and Rovanpera, but we definitely got into the rhythm again in the middle part of the stage and just let ourselves down at the end. You can see that. Look at that, we're actually quickest at the end. Oh, there we go. Quickest in the middle at the end. We'll take that. 15 seconds we lost on that first bit, thanks to the 10-second penalty. So I'm actually pretty happy with that. This is totally my first time ever playing this game and seeing these stages, and to not be too badly off the pace, I'm happy with. As in next up, we got this thing where there's a single split, where we're much quicker. That was something that was in 8, and I hope they had rectified. But again, new stages, doesn't seem like they have, which is slightly disappointing. It's tyre wear. I'm guessing we're much more than top guys again. What about bottom guys? What about Katsuda? Yeah, we're slightly better than Evans. Seems like they got Evans totally wrong at the moment. He's much better than this. So yeah, let's get let's watch some replay. Oh yeah, find out where we're on the leaderboards as well. So top time's like again around 30 seconds quicker than myself. There might be a bit of a theme as we're just outside the top 10. We're not too bad. Getting beaten by the 2005 cars though. What the hell? And once again, let's watch some replay, shall we? Before we head into the final stage of this little first impressions of WRC 9 as, yeah, of course we're smashing shit up already. Trying to smash the car as well. Bit ragged. But one thing with the hand, and even with the turned up force feedback, is that the rear tyres have grip. You're seeing me scandy flick it almost in every corner now. There actually is momentum in all four wheels, it feels like, and so that feels more realistic. Like you see them drive the cars in real life, yeah, they're very precise, almost circuit racing like now with how smooth they have to be. But that's because the car is actually doing, you know, kind of a lot of the work as well, of the diff and the rear traction of the tyres, even in dreadful conditions like in Sweden or in Monte Carlo, where okay they're a bit slower but they still have to drive very smooth. Feels like smooth is fast here, but the car's also helping you do that as well. Less bit more than in 8, so it definitely feels like there is that rate transfer there. But again, we haven't messed up the setup at all, so once we do that then we've fully learned kind of the handling in this game. But yeah, I'm pretty nice handling at the moment. Feels like we're driving, as I said, all four wheels. We're driving the whole car now rather than getting most of the handling, but not quite getting all of that feeling from the car, shall we say. But that's New Zealand. Quite like it. It actually surprised me that we had like different sections of the gravel. We had a bit of tarmac at the end. It's a bit like Australia. You know, that gravel and tarmac, that really surprised me. For the most part though, it did remind me of the Dirt Rally 2.0, you know, most part of this stage. So yeah, I do like the old variation. Again, it does feel similar, maybe to Australia, as you would expect, but it definitely has the feel of New Zealand, where there's a very tight, twisty, challenging stage. So yeah, let's check out Japan. So we are heading to Asia. I just realised we added a couple of continents as well. Heading to Asia, heading to Africa now. It truly is a world championship for this calendar. As of course we've got some longer tarmac stages. As you can see, we've got the next like 3 normal ones and then the epic stage. So no, I wish we had more super special stages. Like for every rally, just had super special stages as well. But I'll take the normal 3 and reverse as well, or normal 4 shall we say, with the epic stage and reverse this as well. So shall we try out, so this is like country roads, this is like, it's got some city centre. Is this a mix? Yeah, and this side's got some very tight sections there. So once again we're just trying out the shortest stages, so let's try this out. And let's try out the Toyota Yaris. As I assume we've got the B Katsuda, don't we, in Japan?
80. Flat right tightens into left 5 short, into right 5. Into kinks, don't cut, hard brake 50. Square right, don't cut 30. Hard brake, square right. And left 3 and right 3 at junction 150. Right 5, hard brake, into left 2, tightens. Into right 4, into left 5 short, 30. Right 4, hard brake, into acute hairpin left, 50. Right 4 and left 3, keep into right 3, short. And left 4 into right 5, 80. Caution, hard brake, square left opens. And left 5 into right 4, don't cut, narrows, long, 50. Caution, right 4. And left 6 long, tightens 3, don't cut, 50. Caution, hard brake, hairpin right, rock in, 30. Left 3 tightens, don't cut, and left 5. Hard brake into hairpin right, 30. Left 2 cut, opens. Into square left cut, 30, flat right, 80. Caution, hard brake, square right, small cut, 100. Square right, don't cut, 80. Flat left into right 4 and left 4. Keep into right 4, tightens long and flat left, 80. Flat left into flat right, 30. Right 6 shorts, narrows and right 4. And left 3 tightens, 80. Left 5 short, 100. Left 5 very long, tightens, 30. Right 5 short, into left 5, 50. Right 3, 30. Left 5, hard brake, into square right, 30. Into left 4, 200. Right 3 and caution, hard brake for square right. And left 3, 30. Right 5, hard brake for hairpin right, 150. Caution, hard brake for hairpin left, 200. Right 3, 150. Hairpin right, small cut, 30. Left 2, don't cut, 30, over flat right, into finish.
Trying to do some Toko drift at the end there as... Oh, damn you, Tanak. Less than a second behind the Estonian, but... Man, we were flying in the first part, weren't we? But so much we learned on that stage is what the hell is Nerville doing down in 12? Is that don't use first gear. Especially with the default settings, don't use first gear. That seems to lock the rear wheels in a couple of occasions. That's probably cost us the stage win. But that was fun. That was like a more refined version, if anybody remembers the Rally 4 from KT Racing, of the China stages. Reminds me of that. And they were great fun stages. They had Japan stage as well, didn't they? Or was it Malaysia I'm thinking of? They had some stages in 304, but yeah, great stages. Definitely very unique as well compared to the other venues. But yeah, that's where we lost it in the middle part. They were flying in the first couple of stages and then brought it back again at the end. But enough to beat Tanak. As one to Nerville. Let's find out. Oh yeah, then off at the end. Now these are very tricky stages. A bit like Germany with the trickiness, because you saw in the first part as well, you got these bits sticking out like drainage pipes, like bits next to the road. You got to be careful. You probably hear the suspension was slightly damaged as well. That's going to be a feature. It's going to be very tough, especially on the epic stage, just to finish the stage in one piece, not have the wear and tear, as only slightly worse than Tanak. So once again, that's a trend we saw in WRC, where on the tarmac and in the wet conditions the wear and tear was slightly yes compared to the gravel seems to be the same here. Again, it might just be my driving style. As you see, I do like getting a bit sideways. I do get a bit out of control on occasion, as everyone chose. I guess everyone chose the same asphalt tyres. So again, check where we are on the leaderboard. We're probably way down. So what's it, 3:35 again? We're half a second off. We're very consistently half a second off as yet, down in 12. Look at that, we're getting beaten by the 2019. What the hell? So it looks like the cars from different eras as well, the different classes, maybe that's not been fixed as well, which is a bit disappointing as well. That's been a long running issue in the WRC games. But let's wrap up what we think with our first impressions then, as I like these stages. These are pretty fun, definitely unique challenges as well, and it seems to have captured that as well, with Kenya being in these open plains. Definitely want to try out the stages where you go through kind of the villages and how tight it gets. And in with New Zealand, definitely has that difficult nature, that fast and flowing nature, but surprised with the tarmac, surprised me with kind of Australia-like style bit as well, with the more wide open gravel. And then Japan, great addition to tarmac here, great fun. I hope in the future we get like Estonia, we get the Elite Pro Rally as well. We get these rallies that have been added to the calendar with, of course, the pandemic that's going on. I hope they get added in somehow. The same for MotoGP and F1 games as well. I really want to try out, say, the MotoGP bikes around Portimao, same with the F1 cars around Portimao. And around Mugello as well in F1. But yeah, all these companies had these tracks in. Maybe for next year's edition of games, we can set up like custom calendars and include these tracks or rallies in. That'd be fantastic. But yeah, WRC 9. First impressions. I'm liking it. You see, that's one of the parts where we shifted down to first, and we tried to use the handbrake, and you saw it just spins up the rear wheel. I need to get the force feedback where I need it. It still feels very light. I remember that was an issue with 8 as well, where I had to set up the force feed at how I like, so I like heavy force feedback, and even with force feedback overall turned up, I need to adjust some settings to get the feeling that I want. But the handling is different. We can definitely feel the handling is different. As I said, there's all 4 wheels seem to be in cohesion. There's not as much weight added to the car as I expected with the new handling. It seems like the weight is still pretty light, which is a bit disappointing. I remember that being added with the mod they had for WRC, so maybe the modders will have that back in. But I'm liking the handling. As you can see, it's quite easy to pick up and play compared to 8. I'm not sure if they've adjusted that. Like, too many people are like, oh, it's the Dark Souls of video games, blah, blah, blah. Everyone makes when a game is difficult. But then you had that with Dirt Rally, to Dirt Rally 2.0. Dirt Rally was actually a bit difficult, more difficult for me compared to Dirt Rally 2.0, because Dirt Rally was the handling, just the shortcomings to handling compared to Dirt Rally 2.0. Feels like we have this, but the other way around, with WRC 8 maybe being a bit more difficult than WRC 9. But again, we haven't messed up with the setup, we haven't messed up with the force feedback, we haven't set up everything how we want it. So we see how it goes and improves. But I hope you enjoyed the first impressions of WRC 9. I think the game's been running well. There were slight hiccups with New Zealand, I think because of all the scenery around, and as you see, we've got lots of scenery here in Japan, so I might need to turn down some settings just so we can record consistently and we don't have that as tight setup. So that's just testing the damage model. Totally did not mishear that call at all. I thought it was like a 2 or 3 rather than a 1. But that is WRC 9 first impressions. We're back with WRC 9 career mode, which will be live streamed for this game. No more edited videos, because the time it takes me to edit the videos is the time I take to just live stream it. It's the same amount of time for me, but it's less work as well, and more fun as well, hopefully, with it being interactive too. But we'll definitely check out some other game modes, maybe online. Definitely co-driver. If you want to be my co-driver, let me know. I know it could be really good fun when it gets added. And then, yeah, definitely check out the new stage as well now it gets added. I wonder if they incorporate that into career mode as well with Finland and Portugal. And they've got prototype cars, new co-drivers. Yeah, quite a few things being added next couple of months. And maybe check out the esports again like I tried to with WRC 8 and then just gave up because I'm not that good. So we'll see if we get a bit better on WRC 9. But thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.